YouTube now. All right. What's up, everybody? It's Seabass with Bass and Beer Radio. I'm hanging out in the office tonight by myself, but I'm super pumped because I got Keith Carson on the other end of the line. I got Riverboat Rob on the other side of the line on Skype. And we're going to dig into some professional bass fishing. We're going to talk to Keith Carson. We're going to pick his brain. We're going to see what he's got going on. And we're going to have a good time tonight. Waiting for some more guys to hop online real quick before we swap on over. So I see we got one viewer online. What's up, everybody? Definitely hit that like and the share button, and thank you for doing so if you do.
Okay, I'll hit the like button then. God dang it.
Yeah, hit the
Make
like
me
button,
do all
Rob.
that work. That was so hard to do, dude.
Hit the like button, Rob. You owe it. You owe it to us to hit the like button.
Of course I'm going to hit the like button, dude. I'm ready to start asking questions, but it takes a few minutes for people to start realizing that we are live and we are on.
It does take a few minutes.
Computer screen, so I like look this way. It's terrible, dude. So Keith, let me ask you a question, dude. What do you think about the Classic so far, from what you've seen today?
Man, I mean, they're catching them pretty good, you know.
Oh,
it looks good. It looks like what Justin Hamner's leading with 22. So it's pretty good way. I think, Cox is sitting in fifth. He had almost 17, so he had a good day. So love to see that. So, if he can improve his weights a little bit, for the next 2 days, he might just win the dang thing. Who knows?
That would be awesome. I like to see a shallow water guy win it for once lately.
Yeah.
A Tim Boat guy. Dude, so John, he's in a Crestliner, but you have a Vexus, right?
Yeah, I switched.
All right, we're swapping over to the live cam now. Let's go.
Oh, we weren't live, dude.
Well, we were. I just was focused on me, and now I swapped over to the Skype cam.
Oh, it was just you live. No wonder nobody was watching. So all right, so hold on. I was asking Keith. So you're fishing out of a Vexus now?
Yeah, I'm in Vexus in their new AVX 2080. It's a sweet little boat, 20-foot aluminum with a 200 Mercury, and it can run forever because I'm running a 200 now instead of the 250. So it gets much better gas mileage, and my range is a lot further.
What speeds are you seeing?
I'm running my topped out. It'll run about 66, but with a full tank and gas and stuff, it runs about 62. So it's pretty good.
Hell yeah, that is pretty fast with a 200.
Yeah,
on a Tim Boat, dude.
Oh yeah, the thing rolls.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah. How shallow can you get in that boat, though?
Yeah, super shallow. I really haven't hit bottom yet. I've gone so shallow. I've gone over some sandbars where I got the trolling motor up and I'm holding the trolling motor up and the props in the water. And I think surely I'm going to hit here and I'll go right over, and the bottom never really touches, just goes over. So I'm like, damn, this thing goes shallow. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I love it, dude. That's awesome, man. Because we're me and Chad are Tim Boat guys. The two fiberglass boat guys, they're not even on here tonight. I don't know.
Our buddy Paul is actually in at Lake Fork in Texas right now, and he's super pumped to be down there. We're super stoked for him to be down there. He actually caught a 7.14 today down in Fork.
What? Jeez,
a good one.
Yeah,
it had to be a dumbass fish for Paul to catch it. Just kidding. I'm just kidding, Paul.
I gotta see if I can send it to the email.
He's down there fishing because he fished the TBFs, or he qualified for like a championship down there, so he's down there fishing that. Dude, so Keith Carson, you have fished. Good Lord, dude, it's got to be amazing because you fished the Bassmaster Classic, and we know it's Classic weekend, and you also fished the Red Crest. The two biggest things you could possibly ever do in our sport, you have done on both.
It's crazy, It's I've just been fishing everything, bass, MLF, whatever. I fish everything I can. I'm the type of guy, I like to fish as many tournaments as possible, and then you have a good year, and next thing you know, you wind up fishing the Classic. It's pretty.
It must be nice, dude. I don't know. You have a good year. Fish the Classic. How was the Classic experience since it is Classic weekend?
Man, it's wild. It's just like everything flies by really quickly. All the fans, all the people that are there. It's like a whirlwind. You practice, you do media day, and then you fish the tournament, and it's crazy. It's like something I've never experienced. Weighing in the arena, they drive your truck and boat in. It's all really cool. It's
Very
really
hard to focus actually on fishing.
It is. It's actually it's probably one of the toughest tournaments I've fished, as far as focus on fishing goes. Yeah.
Right. Because you're surrounded by all the hype.
Right. Yeah. The people that are there in the morning for takeoff, the spectator boat stuff, there's a lot going on, and so it's hard to
What's up,
prepare
Petey?
that. What's up, man?
Petey's on here hanging out. We got Rob's
brother?
brother,
I
Pete
wasn't talking
Wagner.
shit about you earlier, dude. I promise. It's my brother. I got the best one.
If you guys are watching, do me a favor,
Hey,
hit
you
that
wanna
like and
talk
that
about
share
a shallow
button.
water guy? My brother, dude, my brother takes me to places I'll be like, this is a bad idea. And he's like, nah, we're going up there. And like, he took me up this, one time, he took me all the way upriver so far that we hit the rapids.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a little bit scared. He was like, we'll be all right. So we go up in the rapids, and the rapids catch us and turns the boat, and we're flying down river. And I'm like, I don't feel good about this. And you know what he says? I don't either. I was like, you told me like we would be all right. Like you're my older brother. Like I thought we would be good. Yeah, he does crazy stuff, dude.
That,
My brother's going up to places where you don't belong. Like you're not supposed to go that far upriver, dude.
that's what makes fishing fun.
I agree. And those
You know,
are fun times.
Yeah, that stuff is awesome. And then you get up into like a little pool that no one hardly fishes, and just catch tons of fish.
Or he would get out of his boat and walk farther upriver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. He loves it, and and I love it too. Me and him grew up. We grew up on the water, on the tidal river, and we spent a lot of our childhood, just wading around in the river, seining nets, and just minnow traps, and just enjoying that life. And dude, but I'm telling you, he's got me into some sketchy situations before. They're great stories now, and they're fun times, and they're memories I will never forget. But he pushes the boundaries for sure.
Yeah. It's all about, man.
Yeah, I told him like you can't plane through here, dude. There's like mad rocks. He's like, oh, we'll be all right.
Right.
So you gotta love it though. You gotta love it, and I know you came up kind of the same way. So where you grew up, where you live now, Dewberry, is that how you say it? Dewberry, Florida, that's where you grew up as well.
Yeah. Grew up here in DeBerry, still live in DeBerry. It's just a great place. We're 5 minutes from the St. Johns River, 45 minutes from the Harris Chain, and 45 minutes from the Kissimmee Chain.
So good.
Yeah, it's a good central place and still kind of quiet, not super populated yet, but the population's increasing in Florida. So it's not the same city, but that I lived in growing up, but we're still in a great location for, all the fishing and stuff. So
how far do you live now from where you grew up?
Oh, I'm about a mile and a half.
Oh, wow. So you've been there like you pretty much your whole life then?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And how far does John Cox live from you?
He's about a mile from me.
Oh, so you guys are just like
It's just like wake up in the morning, like roll over at like 8 o'clock and be like, bro, you want to fish?
Yeah.
You want to fish this morning?
I would say that Keith Carson more has to push John Cox. Like, come on, John. Come on, man. Let's go fishing.
Yeah, a little bit. John's been excited lately. He wants to jump into the redfish tour next year with me, or maybe this year even. And we've never really caught a redfish in our life, hardly. But we hear that it's all sight fishing. So we're like, man, let's do it.
Let's get in on that.
Yeah, like it's funny. We live 45 minutes from saltwater and never go. We're just bass fishermen. That's all we want to do. And so here we are in our 30s, Like, let's try red fishing, and do some shallow water, pick them off and stuff. So
Yeah, people really like that red fishing. I don't know nothing
Chasing
about
bull
it.
reds in the shallows probably has a different hit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's for real.
yeah, no doubt.
Or
Like,
throw like wacky rig generals to them and stuff.
Like you're fishing for bass. I'm so stubborn. Like my brother actually, who we were just talking about, would be like, "Man, let's go." We call it rockfish here in Maryland, but it's striper or striped bass.
Okay.
But for some reason in Maryland we call it rockfish. I don't even know how that came about, but that's what we call it.
Yeah.
And the rockfish would be biting, and I'd be like, "Nah, I just want to go catch some bass, dude. Like I don't want to catch no rockfish." And they'd be like 30, 40 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I want to go figure out the bass because I just want to learn, you know.
Right.
We did do some really good. There's some really good striper fishing here in Maryland. I think our state record's what, 70 pounds?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and there's shallow water fishing too, top water, walking
Damn.
bait. Yeah. Imagine catching like a 40 or 50-inch rockfish on a walking bait, dude.
Oh man, dude, rip your arm off.
Yeah, it's so much fun, dude. It's so much fun. And then we got snakeheads. Snakeheads are like
Yeah.
really
that's like the new thing right now. Like, everybody's like, screw every other species of fish right now. Snakehead, snakehead, snakehead. Even they're like, in my opinion, it's like the slime dart that'll eat anything you throw at it.
they get my boat all messed up every time I catch one
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah. Aren't they good eating?
That's
Phenomenal.
what they say.
Phenomenal
All right.
eating. Rob, have you not eaten one yet?
I have not ate one, dude. They're so
Bro!
freaking creepy when I catch them.
How
I'm
have
like,
you not
it's like,
eaten a snakehead yet? When you live around here, we're infatuated with there's a snakehead everywhere, dude.
Dude, you want to hear a funny story? Brian Dyson
And like,
told
dude,
me.
you got like Riverboat Rob, like you could do Catch Cook, like right on YouTube, bro, with the snakeheads. Come on, man.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
You
Maybe I
gotta
will.
do one, dude. I will say, Keith, the snakeheads are phenomenal. I would compare them to rockfish, but you can just like double the size of the fillet almost. It's just a very thick, white, meaty flake meat, and it's phenomenal.
Wow. I'll
If you
try.
if you frog fish on the if you come to Chesapeake and you frog fish, you're gonna catch some snakeheads.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Right.
Oh yeah, even when it comes to like the fall and the grass starts dying, those patches of grass that are left, they probably got like 20, 30 snakeheads sitting in there.
Yeah.
They love the grass. Dude. They love the grass and they love a frog. They're just so creepy, dude. Like it's a creepy ass fish, dude.
For a
Yeah.
while.
It's slimy like an eel. Like, I don't know if you ever call it eel. It's slimy like an eel. It's got a real pretty skin, though. I'll be honest. Like the skin pattern is. Then it's got like teeth like a barracuda, and it's slimy like an eel. And when and now, so here in Maryland, you cannot keep a snakehead alive.
And
So you have two
transport it.
options.
You
Right,
can
you have-
release at the site of catch. You may not transport though.
Mm.
Right. So you either got to kill it if you're going to keep it, or throw it back. All right.
Bro,
And,
Rob's cat looks like it's about to grab a hold of his neck.
Dude, I'm not getting in a fight with my cat again just to amuse you, dude. Last time my arm was bleeding and everything. Dude, they're they're a hard fish to kill.
Yeah, they won't die. They can
Mm.
live out of the water for a few days, I think.
Yeah.
You gotta
yeah.
bleed them. I will say the best way to do it
You
is
cut their
in
gill.
between their gill plates. They have a main artery, and if you cut that main artery and bleed them, they're done in a couple minutes.
So you
I
just
don't know.
right through the middle of all their gill plates.
Not
Mhm.
through the middle of their gill plates,
Tried it.
actually, but it's like the jugular of their system. Like their gill plates are over here, but
like here.
they have that plate that goes up the middle. And if you cut that plate, it's their main artery of blood, and they'll bleed out in just a few minutes. That's the best way that I have found to do it, and the most humane way that I have found to do it. You got people around here that are like, I just hit him in the head with a hammer. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't,
That's what I do.
you know what I'm
Dang
saying?
it.
I'm like, I feel like there's a different way to go about this.
Right.
Well, dude, I caught like it was like a 10-pound snakehead on a Thursday nighter. and there's a big snakehead pot. But you can't bring it back alive. So I took my net, started beating it. It broke my net, and it was still alive. I had it like in the weigh-in bag, and it was like, oh, that's still alive. So I took the weigh-in bag. This is brutal. I'm gonna tell this story. I took the weigh-in
Should
bag
not
and
tell
like
the story.
slammed it on the parking lot like it's dead now. Here you go.
It's like brutal, dude. Like,
Dude, I have caught bass.
I feel like, dude, they're an invasive
I'm reeling
species,
in-
but I don't know, dude. I'm the type of person. I'm like, dude,
It is
animals have feelings, bro. I'm like, do it humanely.
You gotta look at it in this perspective. I have caught like say like a 1 pounder or like a pound and a half bass, a little bass, and I'm reeling it in, and you see the snakehead trying to take advantage and chasing it, and it's going to eat it. So he has no compassion. So, I mean,
All right. I'm changing this whole subject real quick because I got this bait in my hand, and I want to ask Keith what he thinks about this bait.
Wait, I can't see you.
is that the
You can't see me?
the missile bait?
You guys. I
I think
hear
that's
you.
the missile bait.
Oh, it's not. You really think this is a missile bait, Rob?
I can't see it that well either. Oh, that's the Nessie. No, that's not.
No, it's not
that's
a
like
Nessie.
The scat. That's a
Call
scat.
shot.
It's the poop bait category.
Scat. It's the scat.
It might be
Yeah.
a scat. It
Or
might
a
be.
scat knockoff.
But I want to know, like, do you find a time and a place for this poop bait category?
The poop bait.
It's a poop bait.
What's the poop bait category? Would that be like the general?
No.
No, like a depths cover scat. Some of the new missile baits that have come out.
I honestly haven't used any of that stuff yet, or I don't know if I will, but I haven't. I don't know. I'm a fast fisherman. I throw a lot of reaction baits, fast moving baits, and a sight fisherman too. So like if I see one, you got to be quick. You got to get them to react quick before they know you're there.
You don't drag a jig.
No.
But what about a follow-up bait? So if you have a fish hit something and then lose it, put that away, Rob. If you have if you have a fish hit something and then lose it, you don't have a bait that you might like follow up with that might be a slower or a different presentation to try to.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, in that instance, I definitely have a follow up, and usually I'll follow up with the general wacky rig it with like some light line, like some 12 or 10 or something. So like if I'm throwing the Nessie or Colshad and I have one come out and slam it and miss it and not get the hook, I'll buzz it in as fast as I can and then throw the general right where he was.
Perfect.
Or if I still throw it in front of him.
And the general is one of those baits that I actually don't have too much. I've never used the general too much before, but I've had a lot of guys tell me that the general just has something about it with their scent and their flavor and their texture that just does something different than those other stick baits on the market.
Yeah, it's something about it. It just really gets the fish to like bite it and hold on and they swallow it. But the way that the general sinks is not like other stick baits or other popular brands. The general sinks, it doesn't, its edges don't shimmy as much, and it kind of sinks in like a Z motion like this. And man, it just really gets bites and it sinks quickly. I like that. So you don't really have to put a weight in it. You can wacky and you can still fish pretty quickly if you're wacky in docks or isolated, trees or something like that. Or bed fishing with it, it'll get down in the bed real quick. So it's a good bait. I like the general a lot. I like the big one, I like the 6-inch one.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I watched a video with Ken Duke where he was talking about how he went to a factory, and it might have been Berkeley. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that, but where they tested scents, and they had like cotton balls, and they would put different scents on the cotton balls and throw it out there. And it was like, put the max scent on it, and boom, nail it. Just nail it every time.
They eat the cotton ball.
Yeah. It's got that max scent on it. Max scent on it. This bait right here, dude, I'm looking. I just got it. Like my wife had got it for me on my birthday in February, and it's the Nessie. I think this is what, the 5-inch, I
I've been
believe.
telling Rob to start throwing. I've been telling everybody from Bass and Beer Radio
Dude, I
to
can't
start
wait to throw
throwing
this,
some
dude.
glide bait type baits for a while now, and everybody's like, they're too big for the fish in this area, man. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you. You can
Dude,
have
I think
you can
this
have
is
a
gonna
1
smash
pound
'em,
bass
dude.
eat a
Gonna smash
freaking
'em.
bait that's double the size of it. I've watched it happen.
Yeah,
When
but well,
throw the Nessie, I throw the 9, and I really mostly only throw the 9, and it gets little bites and big bites. You know, it definitely gets a lot of big bites for sure. But them little ones, they'll get it. You can catch them.
you know, like a good fish here in Maryland on the Chesapeake is like a 5-pounder.
That's a good fish. Yeah, they could
It's a
definitely.
good fish. Yeah.
Like you can easily catch 3-pounders on the Nessie all day long.
Right.
For sure. On the 9-inch, on the big one.
You need a couple 3s and well, actually, you probably need a couple like 2 4s and like a kicker, like a 5 or a 6, and you can dominate here. If you go to the Upper Bay, there's bigger fish, but it's so pressured. Like I actually seen some pros talk about they never seen a spot more pressured than they ever seen the Upper Bay here. And
Really?
my advice is, if you ever come here,
It's a parking lot.
fish a
It's a
gunpowder.
Walmart parking lot.
Fish a Gunpowder River. Go to the Gunpowder River. Catch 5, 6-pounders shallow. You could
Yeah.
flipping, you know, spinner baiting, chatter baiting. So
Oh,
if you,
yeah.
if the grass grows, I mean, frogging can be off the hook sometimes. Like tournaments have been dominated by frogging on the Gunpowder if the grass grows. All depends on what's going on in the season.
Sounds like me.
It's such a man. It's so fun. It's so much fun, man. It's so much, yeah. That's how we like to fish. And there's no deep, like you're not fishing 20 foot of water. I guess you probably could on the Chesapeake, but nobody really does. It never gets one. It always gets one pretty shallow. Yeah. Although forward facing sonar did dominate the Open. That was here, JT Topkins. Is that his name? JT Topkins or whatever. He was doing a little forward facing, but it was still like 5 or 6 foot deep water.
Nice. What was he throwing, you know?
I want to say he was throwing a jig and he was dragging it across the bottom and hitting like random wood. Yeah. So, I mean, never do it because that's a deadly technique. I should have never said that on air. I never said that. Don't do that.
We got your brother Pete watching, Dan's watching, Adam from JCS Marine is on here. What's up, man? We got Brian Dyson chilling, Outdoors in Maryland, which is Sam Tudor from another podcast is hanging out. What's up, boys? Thank you for joining us.
Is Brian Dyson still on, dude?
Oh, Brian Dyson just commented. He's listening.
No, Brian, man. Go away, dude. Like, you don't need no more juice, dude. You got
He's just a local hammer listening to get some more juice.
I actually want to know.
We got Hippie Gibbs up in here.
Oh, my brother from another mother. Hippie Gibbs. What's up, brother? I want to know what Brian Dyson... I would love to know what Brian Dyson wants to ask Keith Carson, dude.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it, Brian. What you got, dude?
Brian, what you got, bro?
Putting you on the spot, man.
Drop a question. Some dudes definitely do drop questions that are a little bit more like...
Well, Brian made it to the... Shit, he had to fill me in, but he made it to like that national championship down on the St. Johns River. And his tournament partner is fishing the Toyota Series. Like, I want to know what Brian's got to ask, man. Come on, Brian, we got to ask you. Hey, we want to hear your questions, Brian.
All right. I got a good question from Adam real quick. He says, Keith, do you prefer the MLF format or a Bassmaster format?
So, yeah, that's 5-fish format or every fish counts. And I'm a 5-fish guy. Like, I far prefer fishing for 5 fish counts, and I'm struggling. You know, I'm new to the Bass Pro Tour this year, and I'm struggling starting off because it's my whole life. Like, I've been my brain's set up to go after 5 big fish. You know, that's it. Get 5 big bites every day. And so now, you know, I'm trying to not get 5 big bites. I'm trying to get 20 2-pounders, and just trying to learn how to do that and navigate it. And it's hard. It's like going against everything I've ever learned in my whole life.
Right.
So I got some adapting to do and figure it out. But for some guys, man, it's great. If you're good at locating schools of fish and getting a lot of bites throughout the day, that's your format for sure. Yeah, so far I got a little ways to go.
Dude, it's crazy because sometimes like I have like crankbait on or something, and I'll keep catching like 1.5, 2-pounders, and it's like I'm like, man, come on, man, where's the big fish at? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam has another good comment. He says it mentally it is a different game. Like mentally, like going out and just catching numbers between catching size is a complete different game.
It's a totally different game. And I didn't think it would be that big of a difference, but it's huge. When you're fishing for big fish and you just got to get 5, you can really settle down. Like you can get into an area, like, let's say you got an area where you really believe you'll get a big bite, but maybe you have to fish for an hour or an hour and a half or something to get that bite. Like you can settle down and just do it and bang it out, but in this format, like you're never safe no matter what. Someone's going to hit a flurry somewhere and catch a bunch of them. And so like when you're in that downtime, it's like, oh man, clock's ticking, score tracker's going off, and you're not getting bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
dude, I can't even imagine like not catching them and then hearing, oh, so and so just caught this, so and so just caught that. Like that pressure's got to be like,
yeah. Oh yeah. It's rough. Yeah, especially when
that's depressing almost. It's just
right,
bro.
Like, I'm about to jump in the river. Fuck it. You want to hear that Chad just called him and I ain't caught shit, and I got to hear Chad just called another one.
Bro, imagine if we had those Bubba scales in the Gunpowder River and we could see between me, you, Tony, and Paul's boat at the same time.
It's bad enough when you get back to the boat.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I probably quit fishing, dude.
Yeah.
That's pressure there.
One more question from our boy Brian. Brian dropped a question, and this is a good question, but it's a question that we all have been talking about for a while now.
All right.
Keith, what is your take on the forward-facing sonar? Because we know that you like the fish shallow. You like fishing shallow water. Shallow water fishing, which forward-facing sonar is pretty much useless on, is his comment. He says that forward-facing sonar is useless and shallow. I have actually found forward-facing sonar to be helpful in 4 feet of water at times. Do you consider 4 feet of water shallow?
I don't. So like shallow to me is like, 6 inches to 2.5, 3 feet. Like that's how deep I've fished almost my whole life. Like if I get deeper to where I can't touch the bottom with the tip of my rod, I'm usually too deep.
Okay.
And that's how I fished like the whole nation. But since forward sonar's come out, I'm trying to learn it and trying to use it and stuff. And I've gone from being a super shallow fisherman to being a deep. Like with sonar, the deeper you go, the better a lot of times. Like I caught fish on Sam Rayburn. I got 32nd the last tournament there, and I caught him in 70 to 90 feet. The fish were 5 to 15 feet deep, over 70 to 90. And they're just out there roaming. You pick them off with the minnow. But to answer his question, like my take on forward sonar is, I'm assuming he's asking like, what do I think like the state of bass fishing is and what people think about it. Probably. It's I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've got it and I'm trying to learn it and stuff, but it seems like every time someone wins a tournament on it, if I go through the comments on social media, there's an awful lot of negative comments from the fans, like they're not excited about it seems like, or a lot of people don't like to watch it, which, hey, I agree with. It's not all that fun to watch.
I don't like watching people flagpole all day long on the boat, and I don't know how their back and their spine can handle it.
We're good friends with Matt Herron, and you should hear his opinion.
What?
Especially his opinion off the air.
Oh yeah, yeah.
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 It,
I,
like I don't know. I don't know.
You technology is going to happen.
yeah,
It's going to come. You must adapt with the technology, which sometimes, unfortunately, um, opens up different alleys for different people. And I don't fish professionally. I don't even, dude. I don't even fish. I don't even fish good in local tournaments. So like, what the? So it's like, what the hell do I have to say about shit? I don't even have forward facing sonar. But it seems to me, from what I watch in the professional leagues, that it's just like I see guys competing with pros that I don't think would be competing with pros if it wasn't there. And
yeah.
I feel like that's a sore subject to people.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I think you're right about that. Like, it's something's changed in our sport so much that rookies are just whipping veterans, tour veterans, time and time again. And I was talking to Cox about this, and and we're like, if you take any other sport, like if you took the five best, say, amateur golfers, and you put them up against the five best pro golfers, the five pro golfers are going to whip the amateurs almost every time because they have experience and they just know how to play the game better than the amateurs. Every now and then you'll get an amateur that's a superstar, and that's like a Tiger Woods or something, and that happens. But when you have waves of rookies coming in like we do right now, like look at any of the Bassmaster results from the Lake Fork, any of them. I mean, you've got in just the top 10, you've got 5 or 6 rookies who are, from 18 to 22 or 25, excluding Milliken. Milliken's a great fisherman, but I understand, what people are saying when I hear that comment. Like, I get it, and I'm not saying that those rookies didn't work extremely hard, because they did, and they've crafted technology way before the pros ever have. But I mean, that's kind of where it comes in, where it's like, well, are they actually the athlete, or is the technology so good that, you know, that you just have to master it, so it's a touchy subject, but I understand what people mean, when they say that.
So, like on that perspective, it would be like golf invents some kind of like super technology advanced golf club that the
Right.
rookies figured out better than the old pros, and now they can just dominate because
Right.
they know how to use this golf club better, and the old pros didn't adapt and like learn how to use it.
Exactly. And then I think too, like, if I was a fan of golf and that happened, I wouldn't watch golf anymore. I'd be like, I don't want to watch this. And I think that's where a lot of the guys, when you see these tournament wins and you go on social media and you see a lot of the comments where people are like, I don't want to watch forward facing sonar. I get what they're saying. They want to watch like athletes or whatever you call it, like true professionals, like, casting and stuff.
I want to
Throw,
see a fish blowing up in the grass
yeah,
and like somebody flipping into a laydown or something, not just standing there looking at their graph in the open middle of the lake. Like it's not, and not only that, but from like just a non-fisherman perspective, my wife actually had said like, well, that's just seems like they're cheating. Like they just see them on the computer screen and they catch them, and she's not a fisherman at all, and she doesn't have much to do with fishing. But when she looks at it, just from an outside perspective, it's like
I'm hitting that like and share button. Don't
it
just
doesn't.
ignore
It
me
doesn't.
pointing at Keith's face right now.
It
I'm
just
just
kind of
it's
makes
the
it
like
look
and
like
share button.
it just makes it look like well that all they do is like see them on a computer screen, cast to them. It's not interesting to bring new people into the sport that are not fishermen.
right, right. That's what, and it's funny because I hear the same thing too, like from my family and just from random people, where they'll say, "What is this forward sonar thing?" And I'm like, I explain to them, well, you can point it in any direction on your trolling motor, you see the fish, and you can cast to them and catch them. And everyone says that. Isn't that cheating? That's not what fishing's about. That's cheating. And I'm like, yeah, I hear you, but it's legal right now. So as long as it's legal, I'm going to use it.
You
Yeah,
But
have to.
We
All
have
right.
we got some
Yeah.
good comments. No, if I don't want to cut
Uh-oh.
anybody off, but we have
Nah,
some
go ahead,
great
Jack.
comments from our followers that I definitely want to catch up on. We got Phil Givens in the house. What's up, Phil Givens with
Oh,
Givens
you might know
Media?
him.
Givens Media follows Ryan Salzman.
He's his cameraman.
He's hanging out with Ryan Salzman down there all the time. Definitely, Phil makes some great content. Love having Phil come on the show. Phil says, "What's up, guys?" He says, "Imagine from a camera guy's perspective of how this is going on."
It's got to be worse, man.
Right?
I mean, there's no action. Like a camera, like you're
sorry.
waiting for that blow up or whatever, you know. And I mean, yeah, sure, they're catching fish, but yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah, it's got to be.
Enlighten us, Phil. Let's hear more from Phil. I want to
We
hear more
have
about that, Phil.
Zachary Albig. Correct me if I say this wrong, Zachary. Zachary Albig. I think it's the older pros' fault for not adopting the technology when these rookies were going into high school. Adopt with the time or step aside.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
you hear a lot of different things like this.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, those types of comments, they're true, but you got to understand also, for a tour veteran who's been fishing for 20 or 30 years, like you have worked hard to figure out the techniques and how to fish them at what times of the year, you know, to be precise and to be really good at fishing. And this technology comes out, and yeah, it's completely taken over. But you know, you'd have to give up on what you've known and learn and use to earn to get to where you're at, to adapt this technology. And there's going to be a period where you get worse before you get better. And that's like same thing with Tiger Woods. Like, he's changed his swing 5 times in his career, and he always got worse every time he changed his swing, and then he got better. And so, you know, it's just hard for them to all the veterans, you know, to adapt and pick up that technology. And the kids that are really good with it, they put it on and they never fish without it, ever. I mean, I've talked to some of them and they're like, "Hey, Keith," they're like, "I have no idea how to read grass. I don't know how to flip mats. I don't know, you know, I don't know how to, you know, throw a swim jig." And some of them say, "I've never really done it." They're like, "Every time I go out, I turn this on. That's all I do." And that's why they excel at it, you know. And even as you know, even some of those tour veterans, like if they go out and they fish for 8 hours and they use sonar for 4 hours, they're still not getting the same practice as those kids are. You know, they got to use it sunrise to sunset to get good at it. And it's just hard to do, you know, it's hard. But yeah, I mean, the technology's there. All the pros have it. You know, we all have access to it. So it's not any kind of question like that, you know, but it's a tough place to be, you know, things are changing. Right.
The
Yeah.
comments
You know what?
are popping
Real
off
quick,
right now. Hang on,
Chad,
real quick, real quick, Rob.
Go ahead.
While we have a bunch of people watching and the comments are popping off, I just want to say a big thank you to our sponsors. We got Boat Pros, Mobile Auto Services, and the Boat Pros. They will come to you if you have a problem with your boat, a problem with your outboard. They will come to you. They will service your boat. I have used them personally in one of the nitros that I sold back in the day. I had them come out, check out my boat motor, take care of it, sold it on the market, running incredibly healthy. Excuse me. And then I want to say a big shout out to East Coast IV. East Coast IV is another mobile service that will come to you if you've had a hard night at the bar. We just had St. Patty's Day pass. A lot of people went out for St. Patrick's Day. They got lit up on St. Patrick's Day. East Coast IV will come to you if you guys are feeling bad. They'll give you the Hangover Cure, which is one of the bags that my girlfriend in the house has personally used a few times. And it helped her feel really good. They came to the house, gave her an IV bag, and they had her back up and running in just a couple hours. And I would definitely recommend it to tournament fishermen such as Keith or guys that we fish with like Paul and Tony, guys that are out there all day long. You can go up there, you can go to a place like East Coast IV, you can get an IV bag, get yourself hydrated before you go out the day before a tournament on a hot summer day, and it's going to help you feel a lot better and stay more focused while you can skip the lines at the ER center or patient first. Totally worth it in my opinion. Used them a couple times. Check them out for sure.
You forgot UMA.
Well, UMA is always must. Rob gonna make me break into everything before we end. UMA Lure Company, Bass Munitions, and Taylor Lures Frogs. We got it all up in here. Balsa Wood crankbaits, which, by the way, we definitely have to send Keith a couple of these crankbaits, dude.
And some Old Bay.
And some Old Bay. Keith gets some Old Bay,
We send
some Balsa Wood
It's
crankbaits,
Old Bay. Yeah.
and some Bass Munitions lures, and you'll be in heaven. We got, we know you're sponsored by Berkeley, but we'll send you a couple UMA cranks, dude. The flat sides are just out of this world. It is a phenomenal balsa wood crankbait. It is very, very well made. I know that balsa wood crankbaits can fluctuate in their quality big time. Tyler hits the mark every time.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. Oh, and local here in Maryland and hard to get because I don't even have one, Chad.
Dude, he's been sponsoring us for 2 years now, and I tell you, dude, I will not give his crankbaits away, dude. Like, I love them.
We did send some out though, and
we definitely
have got good results. The Old Bay is like a Maryland signature series for seafood, like, and Matt Herron actually told us like he made some gumbo with it that was like he was like, dude, like he was like it was off the hook.
He said his wife loved it.
Years forever. That's
you
great.
never had it?
Oh yeah, love Old Bay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll shoot me your address. Send you a whole bunch. I go right.
We
up
got
the street.
you, bro.
I can walk around the corner and get you some. So it's like, yeah, it's everywhere here, dude. So we'll get you some. There's another seasoning that's like Old Bay in Maryland called J.O. That's actually even a little better than they kind of took Old Bay and kind of built on it. It's good. I'm gonna send you both, dude.
So
check me out.
I gotta say one thing before we send him some Old Bay, because we're talking about crab season and send him some stuff. We're gonna add one more thing in there, and I'm gonna tag my guy in this comment right here. His name is Tony Conrad from Conrad's Crabs.
Oh,
and Conrad's he's my neighbor to my father. He owns Conrad's Crabs here in Maryland, and he has his own patented seafood spice made by J.O.
Okay.
So I'm going to get one of those. We're going to throw that in there when we send it to you too. It is actually my personal favorite spice to use on my crabs. I like using the Conrad Crabs spice over the J. They're both phenomenal. You can't go wrong with either one. But I'll let you make the decision.
But they're in collaboration with J.O.
Absolutely, 100%.
I did not know the Conrads. That just blew my mind, dude.
Yes, sir. Tony Conrad, he makes his Conrad spices made by J.O. Spice, but he has a patent on his own thing, and his own spice is phenomenal. It is one of the best I've had. It's a little bit on the spicy side, which I like.
Hey, look, we're going to send it all to Keith, and if he likes one, maybe he'll shoot us a little video of him trying it, and we'd be like, dude, the little taste of, we're going to send you a little taste of Maryland, dude. Send you a little taste of Maryland, let us know what you think. I got a question I've been dying to ask, dude.
Ask it.
I want to know about a sleep. Look, I know about the General. I know about the Fritz side. I know about the Nessie. I want to know what's the sleeper bait that nobody talks about.
Holy shit, dude. The comments are unreal right now.
Well, we'll go through them in a minute. I want to know the sleeper bait, the bait that nobody talks about, that Berkeley makes, that you could still get. Or even if you can't still get it, like what's that Berkeley bait that is on the hush? Keith might not want to tell us, dude. Look, he don't want to tell us, dude.
Man, I don't know.
That's okay.
I think it's out, right? The General is probably the bait.
The General's one of my favorite baits. Yeah, for sure. Just the way it sinks and the way they'll eat it and it's down their throat. You need really good leader because when they eat it and it's so down their throat, like you break off a lot. So you need some strong line because of how well they eat that dang thing. But no, I mean, damn, I don't know, sleeper bait, man.
The secret bait that nobody wants to talk about. That's the one I want to know.
I mean, the Fritz side 5's pretty good. That's a dang good bait.
Yeah, I got a box.
It is a good bait. It is a really, really good bait.
And David Fritz, man, he put us on to some. David Fritz gave us some knowledge that
David Fritz came on this show and changed my whole life.
Yeah, Now
Yeah.
I'm cranking with braid.
Yeah, straight up, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I like literally set up one of my reels to crank with a braid on it and everything I've ever known about cranking. And I thought I was a decent crankbait fisherman, but I listened to David Fritz and I was like, I know nothing.
No.
He
Yeah.
blew everybody's brains out, dude.
I think he cranks with like 14 braid. Does that sound right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I think it might have been like
Yeah.
14. And not the anti-reverse reel. He likes the one that can still go backwards. You know how
Okay.
like now how
That's
your
an
reel,
old. It's their
when you
old
stop,
style
it
reels.
won't go back. He likes the old school reel that will still spin backwards. He was
What's
like,
the purpose of that?
dude, he said when you stop it, the action, like you got to watch the episode. Like my brain is still trying to comprehend the whole what he was talking about. But he was like, David Fritz's exact words was like, I will bet anybody and I will challenge anybody to try a reel that has the anti-reverse and one without it, and try cranking on it, and tell me you don't see a difference and you don't catch more fish with the one
Wow.
that doesn't have the anti-reverse.
Oh, so you pause it and it like backs up.
And it just like backs up or like
Yeah.
the action that it gives it or something, dude.
Bro.
It was like David Fritz was just pounding
Yeah.
our brains like
Scuba
I-
Steve literally put together a combo that looks like it came out of a thrift store
Oh yeah.
to make it
I
to
think I
make
got
what
one of
David
those reels
Fritz
here,
is
dude.
like. I want this type of rod with this rod with like this reel ratio with this type of reel, and like Steve like made it work.
All you need is that and the flasher, dude, and you're David Fritz. Dude.
Yeah,
Dude, he finished pretty well in his first MPFL. I haven't looked up lately how he's been doing, but I know he was doing well in the MPFL. How did you like fishing MPFL?
oh my
Keith?
goodness. Hang on,
Hold on, we got a
Riverboat
bunch of
Rob,
questions.
Candy Hill Heron has commented. He said, Riverboat Rob, thank you for my Maryland crab soup, bass and beer gumbo.
Oh, that must be Matt's. That's Matt's wife.
That's Matt's wife.
Hey, you're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. Look, we'll put Keith. You might have to send Keith Carson a recipe.
Yeah, please. I'll take it.
Let's see.
Yeah, I sent that out the other day, so it must have arrived.
We
good.
have a
I'm
lot.
glad
We
you
have a lot
enjoyed
of
it.
comments
I
real
actually
quick.
want some of the gumbo in return, if possible. I will send you more in return for some of the gumbo. Just freeze up some of the gumbo, send it somehow. I want to try it.
I gotta agree with Zach's comment. I think these younger guys, we're scrolling back about 8 to 10 minutes from now. We haven't forgot your comments. We've just been on a good roll. I think these younger guys have less responsibilities at home, no kids, no wives, and can spend 300 plus days a year on the water learning forward-facing sonar, which makes a
And the
lot of
dad
sense to
paying
me.
for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Dan says J.O. Spice is way better. That's definitely not true.
Dan knows. No, I don't think he's saying it's better than the Conrad. I think he's saying it's better than the Old Bay.
Yeah, I would agree with that. John Hansen says, "What about the crawfish?" And you already know there might be a Bass and Bee Radio crawfish broil coming up. We just haven't announced it yet. You don't know.
I've been like, let me do it, dude. I got the crawfish ready, dude. I keep my freezer full of crawfish. Look, think like a bass. You got to eat like a bass. That's
right.
You're right. Right.
Let's see.
Exactly.
Brian says, "Have you fished the Chesapeake and what's your take on it?" And we did talk about that. So you have not fished the Chesapeake.
I think I was off the air. Yeah.
Yeah, never fished Chesapeake. Fished Potomac a lot. Love the Potomac. Love tidal water. I grew up on the St. John's. It's tidal here, but not like the Potomac. We have some swings in the tide, but man, I love the tides. Love running them. It's just exciting. All about timing. Being at the right place at the right time, and yeah, love that kind of stuff.
Dude, when Hank Parker won when he won a classic, I think it was a classic on the James River or something in Virginia.
Yeah.
He had a strategy that like I kind of adapted that strategy because he was like, I like this spot. I know there's fish here, so I'm just going to stay here till the tide gets right.
That's a
they're going to bite when it
great
gets
question.
Right.
I just I'm sorry. I had a great question coming around here from Rob Steiner. Rob says, how many days does it usually take you, Keith, to break down a new waterway and come up with a game plan? Great question.
That's a good question.
It's a good question. It depends, like, so what time of year it is. If it's, if it's around the spawn, I can break it down really quickly and figure out maybe a winning pattern or a top 10 pattern pretty quick. But if it's, winter time or summertime or something, it usually takes me time. And usually, like, the first day, a lot of times I don't really catch much. A lot of times first day of practice, I won't even catch 5 fish. And then each day gets better and better. And usually by the third day, I'm pretty dialed about what to do, but yeah, I think about that. Like, if I was like a weekend, I don't think I'd ever really catch a lot, because, like, you really gotta go after them day after day to, like, get dialed and know exactly what to do and stuff. But yeah, it takes me about 3 days, I'd say.
3 days to break down something.
Yeah. A new lake, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It took me about 6 years to break down the gunpowder.
I'm still working on it, dude. It's been longer than
I'm
that.
still working on it. I haven't figured it all out yet.
It's funny because if you really can, well, I don't
Scott,
know,
thanks for joining us, brother. We hope to see you on Tackle Talk Tuesday coming up.
Oh, that's right. Maybe we get Keith on Tackle Talk Tuesday. We do a Tackle
Who
Talk
knows,
Tuesday where
dude?
we
Who
just
knows?
talk about a bait.
That Fritz Side 5.
Yeah, we could do the Fritz Side 5 or something. We'll have to see if we can plan something out in the future.
Yeah.
But tidal water changes every year too. It really depends on, like, what kind of year we're having. Are we having a hot summer? We're having a cooler summer. We're having an early fall or late fall, early spring.
Right.
It changes so much that
Hit that like and that share button, everybody. Like and share. Everybody thinks I'm weird because they can't see it, but you guys can see it. Hit the like and the share button.
I think you're pretty weird, dude.
I know. Well, you know me personally.
So yeah,
that's acceptable.
That explains a lot, dude. When you go flying through the 2 inches of water, like you can't plane through there, and he goes planing by.
Dude, there has literally been times in some of our, like, Thursday night 3 for tournaments on the outside of the cones. I'm only running on the outside of the 6 mile an hour limits, but it's been like 2-3 inches of water, and I'm just like, I'm in my John boat. I got a Yamaha 30 on it, and I'm like, we're either going to make it or the lower unit is going to snap off. And that's all there is to it. And we're running across we're running across like 3 to 6 inches of water, and I'm hitting every single log that there is to hit. But I'm just holding it wide open.
Yeah. Me and Evan definitely been on the boat, but like, where's Chad going? And he's like, there's no water over there. Like, he just planes right into it.
And then I caught fish too.
Yeah, that's true, man. See, that's what makes it fun, though. That's the thing that gets me about forward facing. It's not the bass fishing. It's not why I fell in love with bass fishing. Like, I like seeing them get caught, like, back in the lily pads and back in, like, the swampy areas and the shallow water and all. Just out in the middle of the lake with, like, nothing. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm a visual fisherman or something.
Yeah.
But like I like to see that. Like, I want to see fish get caught on a buzzbait.
Right.
Yeah,
follows and the blow ups and all that. Yeah, it's
right. Yeah, and I'm not even a topwater guy. I'm a flipper. Like, I prefer flipping over topwater, but still, I'd rather see that. That's just like what made me. That's what gravitated me towards bass fishing. Like, oh wow, bass fishing's cool as hell. Like, they eat frogs. Like, I'm a little kid. Like, these fish eat frogs. Like, you know what I mean? It just made me want to, like, learn more about it and do it more. And now that's kind of going away. So,
yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's changing a lot, for sure. I mean, things will come around, stuff will happen, things will change, and maybe in the future there will be a league with forward sonar and a league without it. So if you don't want to watch it, you can watch the other league or something, who knows?
Yeah, skateboarding did that. Skateboarding has vert and they have street. It's two different. There's two different things. It's still skateboarding, but they're two different things.
Let's see. Adam in the comments, as your Abu Garcia. Adam says, as a diehard Abu fan, What is your favorite Abu Garcia reel?
I like the Xenon LTX for spinning, and then for bait casting, I'm throwing the Xenon MGX. I like the faster gear ratio. I think it's like a 8:1 or so. Picks up like 32 inches of line per crank. Those two reels that's money. That's good stuff there. Yeah, I'm liking those a lot. The drag's really good. They cast good. You hardly backlash with them. They're pretty sweet reels.
Have you found that Abu has let's see, I'm a little bit abusive to my gear. How does your Abu gear hold up
It
to
holds up
abuse?
I mean, at the end of the year, it's like, it's all scratched up from banging around, hitting waves and stuff on the deck, but everything works. Like I haven't had anything break on me yet. It gets scratched up, but it works. It's good stuff.
I have two Abu Garcia Revo SX. I have two of them. One is an older one and one is a newer generation. And to be honest with you, man, I've got a lot of Shimano reels from JDM to American market, but all of them are, I don't even have a SLX. They're all DCs or above. Either or, but dude, I'm telling you right now, like my frogging reel was one of the Abu Garcia SXs.
Yeah.
And I could cast that thing a country mile with a frog on it. I have never had one of my oldest reels is a Garcia SX, Abu Garcia Revo SX. And man, I have put some different bearings in it, like over the years, some Boca bearings, but it's one of my favorite reels to this day. I mean, dude, that thing, you twist the knob a little bit and just adjust it, and you can just cast that thing a country mile. It is a great reel. It's a strong reel, and it's one of those reels that you can really get at a decent starter price.
Right. The SX is definitely it's definitely a good deal. It's a great reel for the price, and I fished XSs for many years. And loved them for a long time. Even before I was ever sponsored by them, I would buy their products and fish them for years. Like I really like that stuff. Yeah.
For a fisherman on a budget, Abu Garcia makes the best budget reel you can buy, the Black Max. The Black Max is the best cheap reel you can get.
Yeah, I would say it's the best cheap reel you can get, but you can literally spend an extra $50 and triple the quality of the Black Max, in my opinion.
Yeah, SX.
Yeah.
Is that like 120 or 160 now for the SX?
I think they're 120.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Or something.
I think the Black Max is what, $60 or $70.
Yeah.
Both are great reels, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying there's some people that aren't being professional fishermen. And if you want a good, and some people are looking for like, what's a cheap reel that I can
only
get
95% of them, Rob.
The Black Max. Look, I use Dobbin rods and Black Max reels.
Ooh, Dobbin's rods. Can't go wrong with the Dobbin's rod.
Yeah. Because I'm on a budget. I got 6 grandkids and 3 kids. Look, the Black Max has served me well, dude. It's won some Thursday nighters. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And it didn't break the bank. So.
Right.
That and you just get you a Dirty Jigs flipping jig, Dobbin's flipping rod, and a Black Max, and
hang on.
Bring home the money, make the wife happy.
Absolutely. It's all about the snakehead and the rockfish at that point.
Well, the snakehead's 100% payback. So they do like a big snakehead pot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it's hard to fish here and not catch a snakehead. If you're fishing for bass, you're usually going to wind up catching a snakehead.
Right.
Yeah. So they do a big snakehead pot
to have.
It's a very clever tournament technique to do on a Thursday nighter here to be like, forget bass fishing. I'm going to go try to catch a big snakehead because it's 100% payback. Win that money. And like,
Oh,
yeah, Andrew Donahue, who challenged me to a kickflip contest, which I still don't like. You don't want to skateboard against me, dude. But whenever you're ready, man. I hope he's watching. Is he on, dude?
I have not seen Andrew
Oh, he
comment.
chickened out, dude. He chickened out, dude. Like he chickened.
He chickened out.
Well, hey, look, man, I was ready to go. I even had a hurt ankle. I was like, I still got it, and he was like, I can't, dude. He had like
So many. I'm literally trying to run through all the comments and make sure we didn't miss anything. Anybody asked that was super important.
I've seen that my brother said he makes his own season in, which he probably does, and then he's going to send me some. John Hanson.
Okay. Pete says, do you like smallmouth or largemouth? What would you rather target?
Probably smallmouth. Yeah, I love smallmouth fishing.
Oh, that answer surprised me.
Shallow smallmouth. I mean, man, you can throw like the hair jig or whatever out there and reel it, and it's just like torpedoes coming. You know, it's freaking blast.
Definitely a good one. The smallmouth are fun.
Yeah.
You grew up largemouth fishing though, right? Cause
grew up. Yeah. And so smallmouth, you know, I just get to do it when I'm up north for tournaments, and every time I'm up there, man, I love it. Love fishing smallmouth tournaments, even if they're deep. You know, it's fine. Wherever they're at, I just like catching them.
Do you think there's a chance of ever winning a smallmouth tournament shallow?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we go to the Invitationals goes to Champlain like second week of June, so there's a good chance they'll be shallow. You know, so shoot, man, if I can run into enough big ones, you know,
that might be a lot of fun, dude. That might be a lot of fun. It's beautiful up there too. Like it's a beautiful river and the country up there. We're kind of in between. We're like Mason-Dixon, so we could either go south or north, like either way. But yeah, I don't know. Smallmouth fishing complicates me. You know, although they're not as I mean, they're easier to catch. They say. I'm just so used to. I've been largemouth fishing my whole life. So.
Have you ever chased peacock bass?
Oh.
A little bit in South Florida. I've caught them down there.
Does peacock bass count in any of the in the tournaments down there? Or is it like largemouth only?
Yeah, just largemouth only.
Yeah.
Nope.
Interesting.
Dude, who asked that question?
Hippie Gibbs says, does he like peacock bass fishing?
That's because his dad be down there fishing for peacock bass all the time. But you know what? I just thought of something, dude. Me, you, and Keith could start a peacock bass fishing tournament. We could be millionaires, dude. Like that's $1 million idea right there, dude.
That's right.
Yeah.
South Florida.
Look, I'll go down and fish. I'll go down and fish for peacock bass in South America, dude. I'll be bringing home them freaking 8-pound peacock bass.
I think they got them in Florida.
Yeah. I mean, Brazil's where they get really big. I think they get like 20 pounds or something down there.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Can you imagine? We'll catch a 20-pound peacock bass.
I'd probably stroke out on the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine. No, I caught 20-pound stripers before, so I can't imagine. And our snakeheads get close to that big.
Yeah. That's unreal. Yeah.
What was the last record when it was broke, Chad? 15, 16 pounds, something like that?
Where?
I can't remember. Our snakehead record. Maryland Snakehead.
That's like, I think that's 19 pounds.
19 pounds.
I think it's 19 pounds something, yeah.
And you think a bass has an attitude? Those fuckers, good lord, dude.
Nah, dude, them snakeheads are freaking aggressive, dude.
Yeah. You see them shoot out like freaking. They shoot out the water like a smallmouth.
Like a torpedo.
But it's like a 20-pound. Well, nah. Your typical ones you catch are what? I don't know. I would say between 5 and 10 pounds.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's average, right?
It's pretty sick. The problem is when you get them in the boat, they're hard to deal with. Like, even getting your lure. I mean, like if you catch them on like a chatterbait, you're breaking the hook off trying to get it out their mouth.
Yeah, you're gonna lose your bait for sure.
I cut it.
Yeah,
I'll cut it and then kill them and then get my bait out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause jackhammers ain't cheap.
There's been yeah, exactly. And you know what? It's funny because every time that's happened, it has 100% been on a freaking jackhammer. They swallow that thing, dude.
Yeah.
There it is.
They love the jackhammer. They love frogs, dude.
Well,
Frog fishing.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun, but sometimes when I hook one, I'll be like, "Oh man, it's a snakehead." I get with that. I'll beat them and everything.
You guys got to see my video. I had a freaking YouTube live 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was out fishing in the marine and I was just hitting this little jerk bait, and then all of a sudden a snakehead hit it and launched like 2 feet out of the water, and I was like, big snake on a little medium rod. But like, dude, an 8-pound snakehead on a medium rod feels like you're fighting a great whale. Like,
Right.
Dude, you know what's funny? They will save you on a Thursday nighter because if you ain't catching them,
yes,
and
they
you don't have a
will.
limit,
They will.
and you catch a big snakehead, you're like, well, at least I got big snakehead.
You're right. Get some money back.
Right. Yeah, at least I'm gonna get some money back, or it's 100% payback. So sometimes big snakehead could win. Well, it doesn't win more than if you won
Keith,
everything, but still.
if you're ever in the area for whatever fishing purposes, man, hit up Bass and Beer Radio, and we will definitely take you out, put you on snakehead, largemouth bass, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'll hit you guys up for sure.
Our smallmouth fishing sucks though. Well, I guess up Susquehanna.
There ain't so like unless you go up on the Conowingo, yeah, the smallmouth fishing is a little bit different.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty much largemouth dominated. You can catch some big smallmouth. If Tony was on here, he'd be calling bullshit on me right now because he loves to go up there and fish for smallmouth. But you can come. The largemouth fishing is pretty good here. It's pretty good if you know where to go and what to do.
Yeah, I might come up there and fish this summer a little bit.
Anytime, man.
Just for fun.
Just
dude.
Just shoot us a message, dude. We got all the boats, whatever you need. We'll take you out wherever you want to go.
Nice.
Yeah. Anytime, man.
There's
Anytime.
4 of you. Got
You got more comments?
Me, Rob, Tony, Paul. We're all up here, and we all. You know what? You know what's unique about Bass and Beer Radio is we have 4 main people in Bass and Beer Radio, and we all have strong suits and strong sides on different areas in the region.
Oh, good. Yeah, nice.
It's
but
great.
Me and you are the 2 misfits out of the bunch.
Yeah.
Yes, me and Rob are the misfits. Paul and Tony have the strong sides, but me and Rob are like, we can go wherever we want and we can do okay.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, I won my fair share of Thursday nighters.
Yeah.
So,
like we said, Paul is down at Fork in Texas right now, or else he would be on right now. And Tony is at Lake Anna in Virginia right now, getting ready for a club tournament. He's fishing a couple days prior.
Oh, that explains Kevin's text.
Yes.
I was trying to figure out that text. I was like, what the hell?
Yes,
going on?
they're down there getting ready for a club tournament right now. Yeah, for sure.
We don't want to keep Keith too long unless you want to hang on some longer. It's up to you, man. I know you're busy.
Yeah,
I think
it's all
Keith
on Keith,
down.
man. It's we don't want to keep you. We want to be respectful of your time.
Where you at, Keith?
We can go another 15 minutes.
All right, cool. Where you at?
Perfect.
You're at like Fort Lauderdale or something.
Central Florida, DeBerry. I'm like 20 minutes north of Orlando.
No, I mean, like, I thought you was going to, like, the Florida Keys or something.
Yeah. I'm going to the Keys tomorrow morning.
Oh, tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, going down to, like, it's called Bahia Honda State Park. I think it's on, like, Big Sur Key or something. So never been down there. So going to go down there, actually do some kayaking. Going to bring a kayak.
Okay.
I'm bringing Alabama rigs. I'm bringing big Nessie swim baits.
Is it saltwater or freshwater?
Saltwater. Yeah.
It's all saltwater. Okay.
Yeah, going with my brothers. We're doing a camping trip.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
my neighbor directly across the street from me right now actually just left maybe 6 hours ago, and he is headed down to the Florida Keys right now.
Oh, wow. Maybe I'll see him.
I mean, you might. I'm going to hit him up and be like, dude, look for our boy, Keith Carson, that was on there out on a kayak. If you need any tips, I was like, ask him. He'll give them to you.
Yeah, for real.
Say that one more time.
Is he going camping?
No, so he owns a house in the Keys,
Oh,
and
nice.
he has the house rented out. So he's going down to another property in the Keys right now, and they're just going to go down there and hang out. And he's one of them guys. Like, I'm not nothing against Sean, love Sean to death, but he is learning how to fish,
Yeah.
especially saltwater. And saltwater has a little bit of title to it, but he's learning a lot about it as he lives in Maryland and goes down to Florida often. So that's a big learning curve.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's huge learning curve. It's like two different worlds, really.
Oh yeah,
You know, but maybe he'll understand the tides. From Chesapeake at least.
yeah.
Good
So
Lord, there's a lot of questions on the. Good Lord, there's well,
that's what I'm saying,
somebody
dude. The
asked-
questions just keep on keeping on, dude.
One was like, do you do any snook fishing in Florida?
Not really. I did it for a little bit, and I caught lots of snook. I used to catch them on swim baits a lot, big swim baits. But I haven't caught a snook in probably like 5 years now.
They remind me of like a striper, kind of.
Yeah,
I mean-
they're kind of like a bass, really. They'll sit still a lot, and just wait to ambush stuff. So I'd catch them shallow, catch them in the bushes and dock.
That's funny, dude. Because oh, did we lose Keith? Okay, we didn't lose him. He's still there. The
Hit that like and that share button, everybody.
Brian,
Pop,
did you
pop,
see?
pop. You can tap it as many times as you want. You can hit it 40 times. It actually makes a difference, even though it only makes one like. Seriously.
Did you see Brian Dyson's comment? So here's the deal. Brian Dyson qualified for a championship, and he went down there, and I think I might have told you to the St. Johns River where I was wrong. It was a Harris chain in the lakes. So Brian's comment is like, what do you think about Harris chain?
Harris chain?
Yeah.
Hey, can you guys see me okay?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you're good.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
I'm frozen on my screen. Harris is it's my favorite place to fish. Like I've caught my biggest bass ever there. I caught a 13.5 pounder on an Alabama rig, believe it or not. But
Damn.
yeah, it's great. Harris chain is full of giants.
So he's like a local guy here from Maryland that's on the come up, and he had a bad experience when he went. so
What-
I don't know. Hey, Brian, can you elaborate on what I think they just didn't catch him? I think it was the wrong time of year. Conditions wasn't correct. Fishing was really tough. But you heard it from Keith Carson, Brian. The fishing on Harris chain can be good. You just
Oh, it's usually good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if it can be tough, like maybe December, January, and then like February to like I don't know, or like September is pretty good. Well, really February to June is great. And then even in the summer it's good. It still takes a lot of weight to win. It's always going to take in the 20s, 25 or so.
wow. Oh yeah, that is good. That's
Yeah.
good fishing.
Yeah, like I won a tournament last like single day tournament I fished there. I won in May. I had 27 pounds.
Wow.
First, I had a big bass with like a 9 something.
Do you fish like local tournaments in your area still?
Not as much as I used to. And I kind of miss fishing local stuff. I really enjoyed it. I liked local stuff, and then all the local guys, you see, and you all, give each other a hard time and stuff. Yeah, I don't fish as much as I'd like to, because I fish.
Sounds like a Thursday nighter.
Right, because
Yeah.
you see Keith Carson and John Cox roll up, you're like, I'm going to fuck home.
That's how I feel like
Yeah.
when Mike Duarte rose up. I'm just like,
like, come on, man.
Yeah, man. When we showed up at tournaments, people were like, "This is bullshit."
Hey, look, I'm a fan, and I love y'all, but I ain't like, man, come on, man. Hey, they come here to just take all our money and just go.
They hated it.
We got a couple of them there. It's funny though because fishing is fishing. So
Yeah.
even like when like Duarte and them show up.
yo, I'm just saying when I finish ahead of Duarte, I go home with my head way bigger than it should be.
Right.
I'm just
Keith
like,
Carson and
I'm
John
like,
Cox
yeah,
show up,
like
and
I
they
did
finish-
better than Duarte tonight. Like,
They finished fifth and I finished fourth. I'm the man, dude. Like I'm living life. Like yeah.
Even though, like
So,
any other day of the week, Duarte would bury me in the ground.
right. You had a good tournament. He had a bad one. They make you feel, like, give you a little.
Hey, man,
Be
whatever,
at
dude.
work.
Whatever
Like,
makes you
hey.
push forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Brian says, Keith, what is your favorite lake on the Harris chain?
It's usually a toss up between Big Harris and man, I like Lake Dora. Lake Dora is a good lake. Every lake on the chain is good, and there's been a major tournament won out of every lake also. Griffin, Eustis, Harris, Apopka. Apopka is a great lake too. Apopka is a massive lake. I still haven't fished all of it, and I've been fishing it for like 15 years. Yeah, I'd say Big Harris it's where all the fish are let go. Every tournament that's fished out of Harris is either out of Venetian Gardens or Hickory Point. All the fish from every tournament get let go in Harris. So I think Harris has the best population of fish in the whole chain. But and it's full. It's got tons of big ones in it, giant. So
Hey, we got Matt Downs in the house from Trick Tens. What's up, Matt?
Hey, Matt, I texted you earlier, dude. Man, it worked out perfect. So, Keith probably don't know, but Trick Tens is like a very popular YouTube channel that builds 10 boats. He's like one of the best welder and fabricators you ever
in the
freaking
country.
saw in your life.
In the country, dude. Straight
and he
up.
customizes 10 boats, and he's been building.
You heard of
and stuff from
what is the boat called, Rob? From SB, he made it for SB Fishing. What is it?
The Neptune.
The Neptune. Have you heard of the Neptune John boat from SB Fishing on YouTube? Oh my goodness, dude! You gotta check out this boat on YouTube. Go to Trick Tins and look up the Neptune. It's like a 1648 all-well John boat that is like 150% customized from the top to the bottom. This thing is the baddest John boat that's ever been made, in my opinion, dude. And that's our boy from Matt Downs. He's freaking phenomenal.
Dude, Matt told me yesterday, he was like, yeah, your boat's looking good till you go across the river and all them rivets pop back out. That's what he told me, dude. I was like, let's hope that don't happen, Matt. Shit. He was like, all the rivets going to rattle and pop out. I was like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. And then his boy, Anthony Jones, just built a boat for Jordan Lee.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jordan Lee's got like a custom 10 boat. Dude, this is a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
But all these pros are starting to get like Atafo's got a jet boat and stuff, and now Jordan Lee's getting a 10 boat. Shallow water fishing's coming back, dude. It's coming back.
I think a lot of those guys just want to go have fun again. Right.
Yeah.
They just have a good time, get up shallow, get up in some rapids and stuff,
Yeah.
But is that going to be competitive with forward-facing sonar?
No. But what I'm saying is like, they're doing it for some reason.
Oh my God, dude! Adam dropping another great question. I'm sorry.
Competitive, but they won't allow us to use jet drives in the tournaments.
Dude, I've been saying that for a while. I was like, if you're going to let forward-facing sonar dominate, then bring back. People should have jet boats. They should be able to have a chainsaw on their boat. They can have a winch on their boat. Bring all that back.
That's what people want to see, dude. Who doesn't want to see that?
Right. Imagine you got a guy like up the rapids in a jet drive, and it's like against the guy who's doing forward-facing sonar. Who's going to win? That would be
nobody's watching forward-facing sonar over that. Nobody.
I'm rooting for the guy up there.
Straight up, 100%.
Right.
Yeah. How awesome would that be?
Oh,
and then I actually said it, and I got a lot of on my YouTube. I got a lot of controversy because they was like, "Oh, well, you're putting people in danger." And what about the marshals on the boat? You can't be jumping over crap and jumping over logs with the marshal on the boat. And I'm like, man, look at other sports. Look at like NASCAR. That's not dangerous. BMX, skateboarding, freaking snowboarding, whatever. You take risk.
Right.
There's no risk in bass fishing. They're like, oh, if it's risky, you can't do it.
Right.
Yeah, they need to balance that out because I'm telling you right now, I would love to see like just let people like go, Man, how badass would it be to see Keith go upriver and like chainsaw a log out the way and hook the winch up to a
Rob
boat?
Steiner says Poche is more entertaining than flicking a minnow in 60 feet of water.
Exactly.
You know, like, come on now.
Yeah,
Right,
I want to
right.
see that, man. I want to see even just frogging and lily pads is more exciting to watch than that
Yeah,
freaking
yeah,
moped.
for real.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Like I mean, come on. I mean, they could put some limitation. You could, most like extreme sports, you sign a waiver. All right, you got to sign a waiver. We
Yeah,
might get hurt,
right,
but you know what? It's more entertaining to watch. It would make the
right,
sport more exciting. And then I was watching a thing where Dave Mercer was like, "We need defensive fishing."
right.
I don't know how you do it, but he was like, "I
What the
heard."
fuck is defensive fishing?
Hey, look, dude. I heard if you get close enough to someone forward-facing sonar and you point yours at theirs, it will block theirs out.
Yeah,
I feel like people should just have like a jig war over that. Who can
Jig
who can
war.
hit somebody's boat harder with a 3/4 ounce jig and make them move away?
Chad, you got the perfect name for the show, Jig Wars. Like I love it. Jig Wars.
Freaking jig wars.
They really do though. Like if it
yeah,
keeps going the way it's going and it's just watching people offshore going forward facing, and I
yeah.
can understand that some people like that, and I'm not a hater, but I'm just saying like that's kind of not a very exciting sport to watch if you think about it.
No, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just taking a lot of the suspense out of it and stuff. I think,
Yeah, yeah.
it stuff works. It's crazy how good it is when you can see fish under the water.
Isn't that crazy?
It's
Yeah.
like, and then people are gonna be like, it's no different than having side scan.
No, it's way different. Yeah,
Like, thank you.
freaking live, and I can point the transducer where they're going and cast in front to where they're swimming to.
Ah,
It's way different. Yeah.
absolutely, dude.
Oh yeah.
And you're
There's
gonna get people to tune in and watch this. People that know
Phil
nothing
Gibbons
about
says
fishing.
Phil Gibbons says you should drop some jammers around your dock.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Yeah,
dude! Could
jam-
you
jam
imagine
the
dropping like some freaking sonar jammers around your dock?
Oh man, John should put one on his boat since he doesn't use sonar. He
That
should
would
just
be hilarious.
He's like
yeah.
in the Wild Wild West, who was like the one guy that like held out and was like he's like Wyatt Earp or something.
Yeah.
On the fishing trail.
Yeah.
Him and Keith Poche and you, dude.
Yeah.
You're kind of not that. Well, that's not true. Not just you. I'm sorry, but like we talked to a couple guys that can't only say so much on air, but not everybody is happy about it.
That's
No,
a decent
no.
question.
I would say most guys are not happy about it. To be honest,
Sure.
most professionals are not happy with the way things are going with this technology. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about that ourselves. So.
Mm-hmm.
Keith, we only have a couple minutes left with you, and then we're going to cut you loose because we've had
Chad,
you
I
on
gotta
here
go
for a
pee. I'll be
while,
right back.
and I
Okay.
appreciate you. We're
Yeah.
only going to keep you on here for a few more minutes. Have you had any Karen situations on the water where they saying you cannot fish their dock? Have you had anything happen like that to you?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, especially on Harris. There was like this one canal I used to go in, and every year it had spawners in it, and I would go sight fish. And in practice, this lady would come out. The fish always spawned around her dock for some reason. And in practice, I'd mark them out, and she'd come out and she'd start yelling at me. And she's like, "These are my pets. And my husband put 50,000 bass in this canal. We bought them and we put them in there. And these are our pets. And you're not to catch them." And I'm like, "Oh, but I'll be back tomorrow."
I really appreciate your contribution to my tournament fishing.
I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, that's great, dude. That's great.
Do you want a carrot cake?
A carrot cake?
Yeah, it's like, hey man, I'll bring you a carrot cake. Thank you for stocking the freaking fish in here for me. Do you want a freaking cupcake?
Yeah. Oh, I should. I should bring him that. There's another time I was fishing a guy's dock, and this was a guy, and he came out and he's saying the same thing. He's like, "I don't want you catching my fish," and he grabs a rake from his shed and he starts slapping the water, and just keeps slapping it until I left. I was like, man.
Keith, I'll send you some Bass and Beer Radio cupcakes for you to leave on that guy's dock next time.
I'll let him get moldy and leave them in the boat, and then I'll give them to him.
That's perfect.
Is Matt Herron's wife still on? Cause we can send some Bass and Beer, Maryland, Louisiana gumbo, Alabama.
We ain't sending her no moldy cupcakes.
Dude, somebody asked while we still got Keith. They asked, like when you fish the Potomac, what you go to? Probably a frog, I'm guessing.
And then one more question after that, and we're gonna let Keith go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Go to for Potomac, frog and swim jig for sure. Yeah, and low tide. I like low tide.
Hell yeah, low tide's the best.
And then Adam asked, "What is your favorite boat haul?" Adam's from JCS Marine. He does a lot of boat restorations, a lot of different hauls. He's done some phenomenal work. So he's asking, "What is your favorite boat haul?"
The hull.
Yes, sir. What's been your favorite boat to run throughout the years?
So far, I mean, I'm liking my current boat a lot. This Vexus, it's a 20-foot 3-inch with a 200, and it's got like, I'd say it's probably has the quickest hole shot I've ever had in a boat, and it'll outrun it. The hole shot, it'll get up faster than any fiberglass boat out there. And it's funny because in the mornings, like they'll call our numbers and we'll race a takeoff, and I'll put it on plane. And then I'll max out at like 62, and I'll be a few hundred yards in front of them. And then slowly they'll start catching me.
Right.
They're running like 68, 69. But it's incredible. And, you know, what I like about that is, like, if I got to jump a sandbar or something and I get into a little tiny pond and I'm catching fish, I have to get up on plane quick to hit that sandbar to get out. You know, I can't be dragging. And so that's one of the best things about a fast hole shot is you can just up and romp it and just blast over a sandbar or a log or whatever you need to do to get out of where you're at. So it's pretty sweet.
It's probably like a semi V hull, probably.
How many years have you been with Vexus now?
You can't use a tri hull or whatever it's called anymore.
No. Well, so this is my first year with Vexus, and their hull is just like a fiberglass boat, and it has.
It's a fiberglass infused hull, right?
Yeah. It's like if you got down and look under it, it looks just like fiberglass. And in the water, my boat's aluminum, but the whole thing looks fiberglass. And everyone tells me that. Like, they're like, man, when I saw you on the water, I thought you were in a fiberglass boat, you know, and they'll come up to me at the boat ramp, and no one has any idea. It's not even a fiberglass boat. Because it really looks like a fiberglass, and the hull's the same and stuff. So it's pretty good boat. I'm impressed with it. Really, it's got an awesome trailer on it too.
Do you have airbag seats in the hull?
No, I don't. I want those. Also, the fiberglass boats have those. They got all the airbag seats.
Like the VX21 and shit. Dude, that is a battleship of a fucking bass boat, dude.
Yeah, I know it. It's freaking. It's awesome though. I mean, if you're someone who fishes big water, you know, Lake Erie, Champlain, stuff like that, that's the boat you want. You know, that's definitely what you want, I think.
Dude, bass boats are getting like a little insane these days.
Insane in the membrane.
G-juice injectors. Like I heard this the other day. Now that like the live wells got G juice injected into them, I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, I don't know, dude. It's getting insane. They're making the sport hard too. So like a tin boat, like Keith fishes and like me and you, Chad, fish. That's for your regular working man can afford it and can be able to fish. Even it's not all about pro fishing sometimes. Sometimes you just want to take your kids out fishing, or you want to go out with your wife and you want to fish and stuff.
Right.
And they're making it so expensive that you can't do it, dude. That's why I stick with tin boats.
Yeah, man. You could buy a tin boat. You could buy a Ranger. You could buy a $45,000 Ranger, and you could have a submarine underwater where you're trying to take your family out to the island.
He's got a personal grudge against Ranger, don't?
Bro, I'm literally running. Hold up, dude. Should I do it right now? I'm gonna just do it, bro. It don't even matter right now, dude. They don't even sponsor me. Fuck Ranger. I'm saying it out loud. I had a 2021 Ranger. I took it up to the shop. I bought it. I bought it secondhand. It had 18 hours on it. What boat with 18 hours on it has a problem with it? No boat should have a problem with that, dude. So I took it up, I ran it, and it was pushing water up towards like the front cleats of the boat.
Yeah.
Like bad. So I freaking went back, took it to Ranger. Ranger took it back, sent it to the factory. They sent me a brand new 2024 model back. Super cool. I sent the motor, I put the motor as low as I could. I'm running about 50 miles an hour with a 150 on the back of it right now. And everything I'm reading right now, as guys are telling me, I still have to grind the brand new welds off the back of the transom to reduce the friction on the back of the boat to get that 55 that I'm looking for.
You got to talk to Matt, dude.
I do got to talk to Matt. All I'm saying is, like, nobody that is buying a $45,000 boat should deal with the problems that we're dealing with. And in the aluminum market, I'm not saying nothing against Vexus. I'm saying good things about Vexus because you like Vexus. I'm saying in the aluminum market, these are not things that we should have to deal with.
You're right. Yeah, you should just get it and run it.
Between Rangers, G3s, Vexus, what's the other one?
Express.
Express is a phenomenal model. I couldn't get past the cost between an X19 to a H18. It was $15,000.
Dude, then there's the Crestliner, because I know Keith ran Crestliner for a while.
Yeah, I mean they're all getting expensive, but aluminum is way cheaper than fiberglass right now, and eventually aluminum will probably start to take over.
I hope so.
Right? You know,
dude, think about this: $100,000 fiberglass boat with $50,000 of electronics and everything else, and after taxes, you're looking at $200,000. Man, I'll buy me 2 freaking rental properties here for that before I buy that boat. I'll tell you that right now.
Money, yeah.
No. Honey, man, that's insane. How can anybody get into a sport where it's going to cost you $200,000 to get started?
It's almost impossible unless your parents are rich.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I don't want to cut Keith off,
we won't keep Keith.
We're at that point now. We want to let Keith go. I appreciate you so much for coming on to the show. Thanks for coming and dropping some of your knowledge. And man, we would love to have you come on the show again in the future to give us an update on what's going on in your life.
Anytime, man. You guys let me know, and I'll be here.
Dude, you know what would be a good show to get Keith and Matt Herron on at the same time?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would be good.
I would love that. If you're okay with that, dude, we should definitely try to set that up.
I can set that right up, dude.
That'd be great.
You got my number, Keith. I can shoot you some dates when Matt can do it. We can see if we can work that out because, he's on the same mindset as us,
Right.
Yeah. So that would be a good show.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey, appreciate it, Keith, man. One of your biggest fans, dude.
Awesome.
Love the way you fish, man. You're keeping it real, and we love that, dude.
Thank you for coming on the show, Keith.
No problem, guys. Had a great time.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Have a great night, Keith.
See you guys. Thanks.
All right, see ya.
Let's see here. All right, and it is just me and the Riverboat Rob.
That's not true. I think Matthew Downs is going to join us, ain't he?
Matt says he is. Matt said, I appreciate the kind words. I'll catch up with you guys later. Keep up the cool content. You guys rock. That was about 3 minutes ago, so I don't know if he's going to join us or not. He
probably had a busy day in the shop.
Absolutely. And I don't blame him for not wanting to join on.
Yeah. So Matt actually built me another hatch, dude. It arrived today.
Yeah.
Dude, this is insane. This is how cool Matt is. And this is why anybody that's working on a tin boat should hit Matt up, because I was like, I'd like to add another hatch, but I want to get this done. You know what I mean? So Matt was like, man, I got a couple hatches here in the shop. Let's take some measurements, see if we could fit it in there somewhere. And we did yesterday. And we figured out, like, okay, this one will work. It arrived today, dude. One day, he got it out to me, so I can get back on the water. So, dude, if you're working on a tin boat, not only that, but Matt will work with. He will work with you. So make sure you hit Matthew Downs up. Um, Anybody that's trying to remodel their tin boat, dude. I'm telling you, he gave me a whole
Hey,
freaking.
good looks, Adam. Thank you. I had to fix the name tags because I
Is
had
everybody
Keith's
jumping
like
off?
everything all up in there.
Everybody's jumping off already.
No, we still got people chilling. I just
Oh,
had to
okay.
I just
All
had
right.
to fix
All
our
right.
name tags. That's all.
Yeah. Well, it is getting late, dude. It's getting close to 10. But like I was saying, dude, like trust me, because Riverboat Rob's not a rich guy.
Have I ever not trusted you, Riverboat Rob?
Look, dude,
You're my boy, Blue.
when I started digging into this tin boat remodeling, very overwhelming. Matthew Downs helped me through the whole process, dude. Like, he's a dude I can call. Like, dude, when you're laying the EVA foam, and you're like, got this meeting this.
Said
Like,
Rob,
what
did you
doing?
build yourself a fire suppression system?
Yes, I did, dude. It's got like built-in fire extinguishers. Now
No
I
more
fixed all
cigarettes
the-
on the boat, Riverboat Rob.
Now the wiring's been good now, dude. I figured that issue out. The wiring's done. I really should have put out maybe another 2 videos since the last one because now all the wiring's done. Like yesterday, I was installing speakers on the boat. Let's put it that way, dude. Hey, look, this how
You know, all the questions is literally how's the tin boat going since it caught fire.
Hey, look. Maybe I'll post a video tomorrow. But listen, this is the craziest thing. People really want to know. So I'm like, man, I really don't want to put a wood deck back, even if I fiberglass it. Right? I did all the aluminum framing is done. So, there's been a lot of talk about, the construction, the street signs are like good aluminum to use if you can acquire them somehow. If you know somebody that works for the state or whatever, and you can get you like a nice like one of those big highway street signs or whatever. You get you a nice big piece of like 1/8 inch aluminum, make a good deck. So Riverboat Rob actually has been riding around in between work looking for a freaking street sign that's like been knocked down and like in the woods. I seriously like ride down 695 looking for one, dude. Like I know somebody got drunk and ran one over. Cause I figure in my world,
they're there.
I don't look at it as stealing,
Adam says a 13mm wrench and a freaking ladder.
Yeah, right. But I'm like,
You only got to go at about 2 or 3 a.m., bro.
Karma's a
You can
bitch.
get whatever you need.
right. I know karma's a bitch though. So in
Karma
my world,
is a freaking bitch, dude.
if somebody ran into it and knocked it over, right, and the grass and the woods and shit are growing over it, when the county comes to cut the grass, they're just going to drag it out of there and throw it away. So I'm like, okay, but just go knock one down. Like, But my luck, I'll get caught and I'll be locked up and everything for stealing a street sign. But somebody did. On a more serious note, but I'm not lying, dude. I do be riding around, but like if there's one knocked down, I mean it's knocked down. It's been knocked down for months. It's been laying in the woods. But there's a store here in Rosedale that HVAC contractor told me about yesterday called I think it's called like the Metal Supermarket or the Tin Supermarket or something. Maybe somebody knows. So maybe I'll just go there and buy one. But I don't really think I'm gonna put wood back, dude. I think I'm gonna go Tim. I think I'm going Tim.
I mean, aluminum is 100% the way to go if you can do it easily. But if it's gonna be that big of a hassle, I would definitely go back to wood. Fortunately, in my case, I was able to find some aluminum laying around.
That's what I'm looking for.
Going to the supermarket is going to cost you a lot of money to get that 1/8 aluminum.
That's what Matt told me. Matt told me like they're kind of like their prices are a little jacked up.
I will say they are definitely jacked up, but I do think there's a big weight savings between the wood and the aluminum. There is there is like, believe me, when you're in a boat that is 16 by 48 or whatever it is.
That's about what
30
it is.
pounds at the nose is a lot of weight. You know what I'm
I took
saying?
off way more weight than that, dude.
I know you took more than that off, but all I'm saying is like between aluminum and metal, 20 to 30 pounds is actually a lot of weight to a boat like that.
Dude, so like when my boat was like parked, I could not lift it up with the tongue. Like I grabbed the tongue on the trailer, try to lift it up. Shit, I could lift that up. I'd be like this with it now. I'd be bench pressing with it, and I ain't strong. It's so much lighter, and the drainage is going good. So it's worth. So I look at it this way, Chad, man, because it's costing a lot of money. It's been a lot
We
of
do
work.
have scrap yards
but-
near us, but I don't know where we're going to get the aluminum out of a scrap yard, to be honest, because you need plate aluminum.
They might have it there. Somebody might be right. Did somebody comment and say that? Because I thought about
That
that.
was Adam from JCS Marine, my brother.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling
I
you,
think-
JCS Marine is on fire, dude. JCS Marine was a freaking great interview that we had, and I loved having JCS Marine on here.
I want to get my boat wrapped by them, but I just don't know if I'll be ready in time. And then because of the distance, I don't, with my trailer condition, I don't know if I can even travel my boat that far at this point. But when I
Dude,
can,
we definitely 100%. We got to get your boat back on a more sustainable trailer because we need you out on the roads making content for Bass and Beer Radio and Riverboat Rob. So,
Clint Clayton,
We should make some. We're going to make that happen. We're going to make that happen through Bass and Beer Radio.
The mayor of Fallstown is helping me too, or Mayor
Ooh.
of Kingsville. Mayor of Kingsville. That what we calling them, Clint?
Clint Clayton.
Yeah, the Mayor of Kingsville.
That should be the president of the United States of America.
Oh yeah, what a great dude. But he's been helping out a little bit. I want to get like the boat done first of all, of course, because I want to go fishing. Then I'm gonna focus on the trailer, but I really would like to get the wrap done. I don't know. I wonder if JCS is on. Is it possible to like print out the wrap and install it myself? Like I've seen videos where you can install it with like a heat gun, and I mean it's not a very fancy boat with a lot of curves. So maybe I could send them some ideas for my design. Maybe they can come up with it. Make it like because my ideas will be basic. Make it more professional and just print it out and send it to me? Is that a possibility? So I hopefully they're still on. See what they say.
Who's
But
that?
I mean, I think Tony sent them my email. So
Yeah,
or email me or
JCS
something.
Marine is definitely on here. Adam is definitely watching right now.
Yeah, maybe that would be more.
Dude, we just got to figure out a way to get your boat up to him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A more realistic option would be have the wrap made and shipped to me, and then have it put on.
Well,
Probably could put it on myself. Honestly,
we could have Tony pull one boat and then I could pull up your boat. Or I don't know. We got to transfer your trailer to a different trailer. We
That's what
got
I'm
to
saying.
transfer your boat to a different trailer.
And that's the plan eventually. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a matter of
It's not the
driving
truck.
there. It's a matter will it make it there?
Right.
And back. It's a long way to pull that. I had brought that trailer. That's people probably seen that episode.
Bro, who is watching Bass and Beer Radio right now and who's got a good hookup on a nice easy go trailer for
I need,
a
like, the,
1648 John boat?
Yeah.
Who's got it
Yeah.
out there? Who's got a good trailer for a
And I don't want the
1648 John
rollers.
boat right now that is
I want
not
the rollers,
rusted
I want the
out?
bunks, with bunks. I want bunks. I don't want the rollers on there.
Yeah.
I guess you could take the rollers off and put bunks on one anyways. But
Always
yeah, if
get bumps.
anybody's got like a good deal, cause those what the hell is? I own two of them, and I still can't remember the name of them. Trail Star, I want to think. Whatever tracker boat you used to use back in the day, I want to say they're called Trail Star trailers. Those things are garbage, dude. They rust right apart. Like, it's what is even more funny is the first one I had was a 1999, and the second one I had was like a 2003 or four, and the 1999 lasted longer than the 2003 or four, whatever it may be, which is just insane because it's like You figure they would have got better over the years. No, they got worse. Dude, how cool was Keith Carson, man?
Keith Carson was awesome, dude. That was a
Yeah,
freaking
shit.
phenomenal interview.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yep.
dude, he said he's down to come back on. So
He will.
let's
He
go.
will. Matt Herron's wife got on.
Matt Herron's wife did come on. Mrs. Candy did come on and say
Is she
thank
still
you.
on? I want some of that gumbo.
I don't know if she's still on or
Don't
not.
listen to Chad. Ship Riverboat Rob some of that gumbo, please. And I'll have some more of that crab soup mix on your way. I sent them like 3 boxes the other day. Because Matt said that if people watch the episode, they would know. But Matt said that his wife made gumbo. They took Maryland crab soup and made gumbo out of it, which to me sounds like, when can I get some? Like, I'm trying. I want to try that. You know what I mean? So,
Bro, I'm trying to get this freaking picture from Paul.
oh, he's down at Lake Fork, dude. He should. Hey, Paul, if you ain't called a 10-pounder yet, dude, what are you doing, man? You should be catching 10 and 12-pounders, dude. Gotta mess with Paul. Nah, Paul's doing his thing, man.
Hang on one second. I'm trying to freaking email this shit.
What, the one that he sent earlier? 'Cause I got it right here.
Yeah, dude, that 7-pounder, dude.
Yeah, he called a 7-pounder earlier today. Got it right here, dude, somewhere. I catch him like that on a gunpowder, Paul. Just saying. I mess with Paul, dude. So, for the record, I got to mess with Paul because Paul was mad that I scheduled Keith Carson for the day that he's going to be on because he's out doing this. Catching 7-pounders. Chad's about to share it, I think.
For some reason,
he's busy catching
like,
7.
It ain't coming through for me.
He wanted to be here, but at the same time, I mean, Paul earned an invitation to, and Paul, I'm so sorry, dude, but I cannot remember, but I want to say the TBFs. I can't remember exactly what, but he made it to a national championship, and he's down to Texas, fishing in a championship tournament that he earned his way to, and that's respect, brother. Hope you win, man. How awesome would that be? He's been to like he's been sending pictures for like the last 2 days. He's at the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid. Then he's at Lake Fork. Like Paul's doing his thing, dude. Doing his thing.
Hold up, I have it right here. I'm trying to save it. How do I save this message?
I think Adam asked me about talk to Tony about when we coming up, but to be honest, Adam, because I don't want to mislead anybody, I doubt that I'm going to make it up there with Tony. I just don't think I can make that trip with the current condition of my boat and my trailer. But we will work something out. But what I would like to ask, is it possible to maybe have a wrap designed and printed out and shipped to me? And I'm pretty sure I could probably install it. Like, my boat is not complicated, so probably install it myself or have it installed. That would save me having to take that journey out there and back and all that. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Let me know if something like that's possible. You should have my email. If not, dude, just shoot me a message on Facebook and we'll talk. And I'm still working on my sponsors on who's paying for all this, actually. So we shall
I am
see.
still trying to find this.
We got a dirt bike on your shirt, Chad.
Oh shit. Okay, hang on. I got it right here.
There we go. Oh, God damn it. Let's keep Carson's stats I got on my screen.
What is going on right now?
Okay, Zachary said it was TBF that Paul fish. That's what I
Yeah,
thought. The
I'm gonna just
TBF.
put it right here. Hold up. Everybody can see it right now.
Okay, hey Adam, man, I just saw your reply. All right, cool. I'll get some measurements and we'll figure that out, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll figure something out, dude. I gotta go to my sponsor. Hopefully well, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I probably will go tomorrow and finish up some final details with them.
There it is. There's Paul's fish.
I don't see it, dude.
Well,
Oh,
you can't see it, but everybody else
I
can
see
see it.
Yeah, I see it over here.
7 point something, dude. That's a freaking big bass.
That is a big bass.
So, not to mention, dude, that's his first day.
Dude, I caught one close to 7 pounds on the GP last year. On the GP.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul's probably going to wind up catching like a 12 or 13. You know, Paul.
I hope he does, dude.
I do.
I
too.
absolutely hope that him going down to Texas.
Not only do I hope he does.
Like, I hope he absolutely does, dude. 100%.
Not only do I hope he does, but I'm pretty confident he will. I expected to see a picture of 10
honestly, dude, that's what I'm saying. I was talking to Steve earlier, and I was like, yeah, Paul's down at Fork, and I was like,
he's going to catch like a 12
I don't know, like his
13
PB
pounder.
is like something in a pond around here that like does not count whatsoever, but
It's
I
still
would
like
not
10
I
pound
would
bass, dude.
absolutely not be surprised if Paul
Catches like a 12 or 13.
Yeah, 12,
Maybe even
13.
bigger.
It's there.
I'm surprised he has not already. He will.
Well,
Watch
it's his
tomorrow.
first day. It's his first day. I think
Right,
it'll
yeah.
happen for him.
Oh, it's definitely going to
He's
happen.
taking the
dude.
time to do it. He knows what it takes to do it. I think he can make it happen.
Dude, I'm like, I swear to God, when I went to work this morning, when Paul texted us last night and was like Lake Fork in the morning, this morning when I was going to work, I was like, well, Paul's catching a freaking 12 pounder today.
Hey, we got Martin in the house from Lake Anna.
Who's all down Lake Anna? You got Martin,
Adam, have a good night, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining in.
Who's all down Lake Anna? Martin,
Tony, Martin, all the guys from that club.
Kevin, Tony,
yeah,
and
Kevin's
Martin.
down there.
What about Mark down there? What about Snails? Snails down there with them?
No,
What?
don't think so.
Snails will cut them, dude. That's what
But
I mean. They can
either
cut-
or, man. Yeah, super stoked for those guys and kind of ready to hang it up. How you feeling, brother?
Yeah, man, it's about that time. It's getting like 10 o'clock at night, dude.
Yes, sir.
Supposed to rain all day tomorrow. Can't get nothing done on a boat. Can't do shit.
No fishing either.
Right. Can't watch the Bassmaster Classic.
Hey, check into the Bassmaster Classic. Maybe Bass and Beer Radio will go live again. Who knows?
Oh,
I
yeah,
always love doing our live conversations, dude. I'll call you anytime. Let's go.
Yeah, we can do this every night, man.
So, anyways,
night.
thank you guys
This is
for
like
joining
the,
us. What's
like
that,
watching
Robbie?
the Cosby Show once a week.
Yeah, the Cosby Show.
Jello. Hey, Chad, I'm gonna show you about Jello pudding pop.
Pudding pop. Anyways, y'all, we will catch you guys on the next week of Tackle Talk Tuesday. See you guys then. Peace out.